Hello, good afternoon, our wonderful viewers. Welcome to Rokstedi TV, your go-to YouTube live TV station for entertainment. Everything entertainment, sporting, entertainment, athletics, football, um, Nollywood, Mollywood, Kannywood. I think there's one called Kannywood now. And what,
Yes.
that's it. Whatever entertainment you're into, we're here for you and we're here to give you uh, all that you need entertainment wise. So I want to seize this opportunity to introduce to you a very, very wonderful lady, very popular. We're going Nollywood this afternoon and we're going to be interviewing a very popular actress, a very down to earth lady, very hardworking, very, very humanitarian. She's she's a lady of many parts. Believe me, this lady works so hard. Not only is she managing to cope through the demanding demands of Nollywood, she's also a humanitarian. She's got charities and she helps communities where she is, and not just there, all around the country. And she's also the purveyor of an award night that she has been staging and been giving people of merit awards all over the country. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you today Jane Rogers. Jane, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you, DJ Jossy Ladd. I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity.
Sanu de Zua. Yaya de.
Yawa.
Eh,
Lafi, hello.
the reason you're saying this is because the name might not suggest it. The name might not suggest it at all.
That's
But
right.
Jade is actually my wonderful sister from the northern part of Nigeria. And it's a great pleasure to have you here. She doesn't, I would say she doesn't look it. The name doesn't sound like it, but I'm telling you, those of you who are
Yeah.
fluent in Hausa, you can drop me messages in the comment box. You can even say it in Hausa, write it in Hausa. I'll try my best to read it out to to Jane. I keep reading the name wrong. To Jane, and she can answer some of your questions. Please give your comments in the comment section. Ask your questions in the comment section. We'll try as much as possible to relay as many of them as possible to our very, very special guest, Jane Thomas Rogers. It's a great pleasure having you. Now, let's go to the questions. Many people know you, the public figure, but in private, who is Jane Roger Thomas when the cameras are off? I don't know why I'm stammering today. Maybe it's the heat. The heat wave is really dealing with me. Now, many people know you, the public figure, but who is Jane Thomas Rogers when the cameras are off? Over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rokstedi TV, for this
Yeah,
wonderful opportunity. I really do not take it for granted.
thank you.
Um, Yes, apart from me being on the screen, I do quite a lot. I do event consulting. I'm a social crusader. I'm a humanitarian. And Jane Rogers is from a family of five. We have three boys and two girls. I'm the first daughter and the fourth born. And
Okay.
then I'm single. I'm not searching. I'm such a sociable person. I used to be introvert, but I'm now an extrovert. Of course, probably because because of
Because of
the
all the
career
things you
and the
do.
industry I find myself. Yes, Then, like you rightly said, I'm from Kaduna State, Southern Kaduna, precisely. I'm Baju by tribe. I'm a Christian, and I'm a God-fearing and God-loving person.
Thank you.
So that's
Yeah.
basically it.
That's it, guys. You've got it all in one instance there. She's told you everything about herself. she's second to the last born. That means that obviously she's not mommy or daddy's pet. There's somebody there that is taking over that position from her, which is your last pet.
I'm actually mommy's pet. So
Okay. Thank you.
interestingly,
Thank you very much.
yes, interestingly, because I'm the first daughter,
Okay. You have a point there.
and then I
Okay.
have a tribal name. Yes, I
What's
have
the
a
name?
tribal name called Asha, which means God has granted my wish. So
Okay.
before my mom had me, she's been desirous of having a
A
female
daughter.
daughter, and she had three boys. Her intention was just to have three children, but because the the girl wasn't forthcoming, she had three
She
boys before
decided
she
to
had
keep
me.
going.
So that's why she named me Asha. And then, of course, our last born, they had her 7 years after. So, like some people would say, it was a mistake, but it's actually not a mistake. It's God divine
Yes,
arrangement.
absolutely.
So that's
Absolutely.
it.
Everything good comes from God.
Mm,
I share that with you. And thanks very
true.
much for giving that information. Your mommy's pet. Daddy, you are listening or you're watching, she says she's not your pet. I'm joking. Right. Now, before I go to the next question, we soon go into the nitty gritty now because there are a lot of questions to ask you. Before I go to the next question, I want to seize this opportunity to thank all our viewers. Thank you ever so much. We're picking up, and as per views, we are really picking up, and we're doing very well. We're getting there, and then very, very soon, the whole thing is gonna blow, and we really cannot do that without you. You guys keep sharing, please. Keep liking, keep subscribing, and by all means, continue to chat with us during the interviews. Now, looking back at your younger self, what belief did you have then that you've completely changed your mind about today? Was there something you were dreaming of becoming back then that did not materialize but fortunately turned into what you are today? And if so, what is it and how do you feel about it? It's a long question, right?
Oh, yes. Well, I growing up, I think I wanted to be a lawyer. Yes, I wanted to be a lawyer, but eventually I remembered when I was in secondary school. I think no, it was primary school when I lost my dad. My mom told me one of the days that she would love me to take up my father's profession. My father was an accountant, and then she just said it that she would love me to take up my father's profession. So I said, okay, no wahala. So apparently, when I eventually started going for admission, I picked it and I decided to go for accounting. But eventually, that's actually not, my what I desired. I just did that, to satisfy my mommy's wish. So
Okay.
along the line, of course, after graduation, I joined the movie industry, and I remember when I was in secondary school, there was this lady, a prominent journalist back then in Kaduna, Jumoibe Loako. She would
Okay.
always, like, whenever she comes
I
to my
remember
mom,
her very well, yes. Go on.
uh, so when she okay, so when she came to my mom, she was very, very close to my mom. So one day she came and I was quarreling and she heard me talking. So she called me and asked if what profession or what course would I love to study in the university, and I told her accounting. So she was like, "You can't be, you can't even be as good as your dad. That your dad was very good with figures and all of that. That how about you go into journalism?" So I was like, no, that I had to go for accounting, blah, blah, blah. And so later on, I started seeing myself in that space, because I had some media friends, of course, coming into the Nollywood, coming into the movie industry. And of course, I was also mentored by Ambassador Cornel Udofia. So I was always within the media space. So with that, yes, that's Ambassador Cornel in the middle with yellow and purple.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So I was within that space, and then so that was why even after my graduation, at some point I had to go back for my PGD to read journalism in International Institute of
Journalism.
Journalism.
NIJ.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Was there ever a single moment in your life where you almost gave up on your dreams? And if so, what was it and what happened?
Okay, so coming into the industry, there are a lot of challenges you get to face. Of course, there are other people, because I remember when I newly joined, um, there's this thing in the movie industry. I don't know whether it was particularly in Kaduna State, because I started in Kaduna, and because after graduation I went back to Kaduna. So I was just looking for platform. I didn't really know who to talk to, how to go about it and all. So one day I found myself in a setting at Kenfeli Hotel, where I saw some movie actors shooting and all of that. So of course I give kudos to Gabiano, who was the former AGN chairman, Kaduna State. So he brought me up. He started nurturing me and started training me. So, but of course, I realized that a lot of other actors who felt like, oh, they've been there for a long time, try to look down on me. Do you understand?
Mhm.
Sometimes if they are being casted with me, they're like, no, 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 they can't act with me because they felt like I was just new. You understand? I didn't even have much experience and all. So some of the utterances almost, discouraged me and all of that. And then I had some, what do you call it, harassments from some of the producers back in the days, and that sort of tried to discourage me. But of course, thankfully I got back to Lagos, and I started going out with Ambassador Colonel Udofia, and to the glory of God, opportunity came through Zach Oji, sorry, not Zach Oji, Zep Ejiro, who
Okay.
gave us scholarship through Cornell Udofia. Yeah, so I was privileged to enjoy that scholarship through Zep Ejiro. So I had to enroll into the Arts Academy, and in fact, while I was doing the training, opportunity came from Tinsel, opportunity came from Battleground, and that's actually how I started. And it is what it is, and where I am today, to the glory of God.
Brilliant. Before I proceed, can I ask my producer to please highlight that photo again? That photo of somebody leaning against the window of a car trying to talk to the driver of the vehicle. I have something to say about that. Yeah, thank you very much. You look in that picture. The lady in that picture, I won't mention names, looks like a journalist trying to get some information from the driver. Or yeah. How long ago was this?
Okay, I can't really remember, but I think this is like 5, 7 years or 10 years ago. So it was just a short film where we acted like I acted like a beggar actually. So the name of the movie is actually Beggar, is on YouTube.
Okay.
He just painted, yes, he just painted the scenario of these beggars in Lagos, where they just acted, they scam people.
Absolutely.
They stylishly scam people, going to tell them, I have a patient in the hospital, I need
Four
money. Do you
one
understand?
nine beggars.
419 beggars, because I've had a couple of experiences, and we just thought to do to come
So,
up with
some, some,
something that
some
will
people
just
call
send a
them
message.
some people call them fine bara, decent bara.
Do you get? And they come up with such pathetic stories, and you tend to believe them. You help them. At the end of the day, you just realize it's all scam.
Well done. That's a good one. I was
Thank
just
you.
very curious about the picture. I knew that it was a film set, but I just wanted to know the story behind it.
Yeah.
So at this point, before we go any further, with all due respect, we need to seize this opportunity to continue to wish your late dad um, uh, eternal life. May he continue to rest in peace. When I was making that joke about your dad, I didn't realize that he's gone beyond, and he's looking down on you now. Definitely, all this progress you're making, I know it's from the hand of God, but I know that your dad will be there saying to him, "Look, please help my daughter. She's my favorite daughter too." So let's go on without getting too emotional. You've worked in entertainment and
Thank you,
humanitarian
sir.
services. These are two of the services where you've worked at. Which of these two has changed you more as a person and why? Is it entertainment or is it the humanitarian side of you?
Um, I'll kind of say that I have no regrets having both experiences. Yeah, but my fame gave me an opportunity or helped me, do you understand, to be able to actualize some of my wishes or my desires, you understand, of
Yeah.
being, of going into charity. Do you understand? So with my position, I could talk to people. I have opportunities like the Great Quest Richard Foundation, where I'm part of. Of course, I knew the mentor, I knew my mentor, and I knew the chairman way back before he moved to the US. But of course, meeting me at a point where he feel like, oh, you're influential enough, do you understand,
Okay.
and then your position to, could you understand, open doors or would give us bigger platforms and all, because right now I'm actually their media manager and also part of the board of trustees. So, to be honest, I remember the one of the first outreaches I did as a public figure. I just woke up. I wanted to reach out to the less privileged, but of course, I just did a flyer. It was my birthday. I just did a flyer. I started sending out. You understand? I wanted to go to Heritage Orphanage around Maryland in Ikeja. So a
Yeah.
lot of people started reaching out and all. And then, of course, I had some funds with me. So I bought one or two things. Some of my friends too came to support, you know. Kudos to the likes of King Wadada, Ambassador Cornel Udofia, Halima Abubakar. A lot of them came through for me. Do you understand? And they made it a huge success. And that was even a good one for me for a start. You get, so it became, it helped it, and it helped me to be able to use my platform or my position, do you understand, to get some sort of funding, sort of support from people, do you understand? And a lot of people to tend to believe you because they believe that as a public figure, there are other things you wouldn't want to do to dent your image. And also for me, and like, even I remembered even my activism, I've always wanted to be a voice, but in Nigeria, you can't just be a nobody and become a voice. Do you understand? Because there are
Absolutely.
other
Yeah.
challenges that comes with it.
Yes.
Yes.
A
So
lot.
the platform, the Nollywood platform or the entertainment platform had, given me an edge to be able to achieve some other things that earlier, desired.
Thank you very much. I mean, incredible. Member of the board of trustee, media manager, actress, um, humanitarian person. In fact, this lady is just amazing. I mean, kudos to you. How many, and I
Thank you,
haven't
sir.
heard of that many, how many well-known celebrities will decide to have their birthday do or birthday party or get together in an orphanage? Well, only people like you who are one of a kind can do that. Well done for all you're doing for the underprivileged and what you're doing to uplift spirits that are desperate for support. God bless you. Right. What's a life lesson
Thank
you've
you so
learned
much. I'm
from?
humbled.
Yeah, yeah, but it's a statement of fact. You are incredible, more than humble. What's a life lesson you've learned from meeting people in vulnerable communities that every successful person should hear about?
Say again, I can barely hear you, sir.
Oh, can you hear me now? Is this better? Is this better? Can you hear me now? Um, you cannot hear me at all. Okay, if you cannot hear me, can you log out for a minute? Log out for a minute and log back in. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're having some network issues, and I've asked our guest today to log out and log back in again. Hopefully, we'll get a better reception and better network then. Um, but in the meantime, I mean, Jane Thomas Rogers was talking to us about our life. I mean, she did tell us initially about our family life. Okay, she talked to us about our family life. She spoke to us about growing up, how she lost her dad at a young age, and yeah, she did speak to us about why, how she was planning to be an accountant, and eventually she ended up uh, being a Nollywood um, actress. She did go into journalism, and then she eventually became an actress. And to God be the glory today. She's doing very very fine. Like I said, if you're just joining us now, we're having network issues. Our very special guest has we've asked her to go off the screen, and when she comes back, we'll add her on as soon as possible. We'll admit her into the studio. Um, she did she's been nominated for several awards. She has received awards. She herself is presenting awards to people, and she she yeah. Our guest is just coming back now, and yeah, our guest will be joining us any minute from now. She's just coming back now. All right. Yeah, Jane, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, sir. I can hear you
Okay.
clearly.
What we had before was a little network issue, and that's the reason why
Okay.
you we were struggling to hear each other. But obviously,
Okay.
whenever we have such issue again, I will ask you to log out and log back in again, and then we'll be able to continue.
Mm.
Yeah. What is a life lesson that
Oh,
you've learned from meeting people in vulnerable communities that every successful person should know about? A life lesson that you've learned that you want to share with other successful people in your position.
okay. I think okay, so was it sometimes last year? Yeah, sometimes last year, my organization, the Great Quest Reach Out Foundation, had the opportunity to visit the Mountain of Fire village at Gwarimpa in Abuja. I was in
Okay.
Lagos at that moment, and I was, they sponsored me down to put up that outreach. And going into that community, you could see people living in a deplorable state. You could see young children who should be in school, who do not have the opportunity to go to school. You could see people. I remembered
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry for that disruption. I remember the going into that community, and then I saw some of these families living. In fact, a lot of them were living in a bacha houses,
Wow.
and one of them shared that when it's raining, they can't sleep. When it's too sunny,
They can't
they
sleep.
are unable to sleep, or they
Wow.
can't even rest. So, and at some point, I just, pause to appreciate God for even the opportunity I have, because I lost my parents early enough. My both parents, I lost them early enough in life. But then it wasn't that bad for me. I knew we struggled because we're all living by ourselves, and all of that. But then it wasn't that bad. I still had the opportunity. Though in my university, I sponsored myself through school, but then it wasn't that bad. And to be honest, do you know, after leaving that community, few months later, that community was demolished by
Oh,
Wike.
no. Oh,
And they
no.
just came, took them unawares, demolished the whole community, brought down their houses, their properties, and everything. And I still special thanks to Great Quest, because at the end of the day, because my organization is a Christian NGO,
Okay.
so yes, we did both ministration, evangelism, and then we gave them relief material at the first visit. So when we got glimpse of the fact that these people, some of them are homeless, or lots of them were homeless, but of course we set up a fellowship with these people, and the few ones that were part of our fellowship, we had to provide shelter. In fact, some of the testimonies, a lot of them were saying they have never lived, or for a very long time they've not lived in a block house, and they had the opportunity of living in a block house. So if you're out there, you have, in fact, you have roof over your head, you should be thankful to God. And I also want to reach out to a lot of politicians, use the opportunity to tell people there are hungry people. If you have food to share, please do well to share with the next person that you know is hungry. Within your community, there are a lot of people who don't even have clothes. If you have more than, let's say, 5, you can share. I remembered one of the outreaches I did. I put up a flyer, and I was in Abuja at that point. A woman called me. She had a bag filled with clothes for that outreach. And when I took it to the orphanage home, Destin Orphanage in Abuja, you could, in fact, I was teary when I saw the way the children were rushing. I love this. I want this. They were struggling
Oh.
to have those clothes. And some people will tell you they are burning clothes. Why do you have to burn clothes when someone needs that clothes to go out or even go to church? We've had people saying they can't even go to church because they don't have what to wear. I know
Thank
some people
you.
have fears, oh, anybody can harm them and all of that. But let's appreciate God with the little we have. If you have those platforms, those have opportunities, please do well to share. There is love in sharing. We've seen philanthropists giving out, dishing out monies to even communities and countries that they've never even had contact, they've never gone there. So if you have that opportunity, please do well to extend that love to the underprivileged.
Thank you very much. And that's very moving, very, very moving. In fact, close to emotional. Um, you heard it all from our very special guest today, who is a very, very active woman, a philanthropist herself, and she's appealed to us that if you have the opportunity to change a life, please do not hesitate. Every life matters. And I also want to seize the opportunity. I did not know before this interview that you've lost both parents. So we'd like to pray to God to continue to grant your mom eternal rest as well. I mean, I'd love to
Thank
ask
you.
how you and your siblings survived, all seven of you, which then what happened by losing your parents so young. But I'm not going to go into that now. That's a story for another day because we will definitely the time we have today is not enough. We'll definitely bring you back. Maybe when you do your next, when you're about to launch your next movie, or when you're
No
about to go on
problem,
your
sir.
next project, maybe your next award night,
Okay.
we're always happy to have you. It's a great pleasure. Right.
Thank you so
If your
much.
life
Thank
were,
you so much.
you're welcome, ma'am. If your life were turned into a movie today, what would be the title and what would the final scene look like? Very quickly, please.
If I get you clearly, you said if I'm to do a movie.
If your life story were to be turned into a movie today, what would be the title of that movie and what would the final scene look like?
I've actually not figured out, but this is a wire question, jump question.
Big jump question.
um,
I'm putting you on the spot now.
this is a jump question.
That's all right.
Um,
I'll let you off. Let's go to the next one. Is there a decision people
okay.
criticize you for that you still are proud that you made that decision? In the past, has anybody or people criticize you of a particular decision you made, and now looking back, you are saying to yourself, I'm glad I made that decision?
Okay, yes. The decision was coming to Lagos because, in fact, I came to Lagos. This is this is a personal story. I actually came to Lagos without even nobody knowing, apart from my friend. I think it was my friend that knew my coming to Lagos. And when I came to Lagos, I'm going to be sharing that full story when I'm launching my book. So, but my coming to Lagos, I came to Lagos without knowing anybody or having, I knew somebody who lived in Lagos, but I didn't know particularly where the person was staying. So you can imagine a stranger entering
Total
vehicle and
stranger.
saying she was coming to Lagos. Total stranger. So even when I entered the Ikeja bus, when I eventually arrived Lagos, I was entering bus to Ikeja. I wasn't even hearing, they would say Keja, Keja,
And you
Keja. So
don't
I
even
wasn't even
understand
hearing
the
it was a
language,
Keja. It was
probably.
later. So I got to Ikeja, stayed on that bridge. You understand? In fact, I just located a salon because I have experience in hairdressing. So that was immediately I was hired, you know, and I was able to get, support for accommodation before. In fact, I thought I could get a house immediately, but somebody had to warn me that shine your eye, oh, this is Lagos. You can't just enter Lagos and expect
For
to get
where? For
accommodation.
Lagos?
Accommodation. Yes, I thought it was possible because of course you can do that in the north, but here in Lagos it's different. So they had to warn me and caution me. And today I'm still thankful for taking that bold step. And another thing again, a decision I knew I took that I'm still grateful to God for it is honesty, because I remembered when I came to Lagos, the second place I worked, it was a laboratory. And I want to use this opportunity to appreciate our Jenny. May he so rest in peace, his family, wherever they are. I think some of them are residents in the UK. So that was my boss back then. So I had the opportunity of working with him in a laboratory. And because the man was elderly, he doesn't really come. So, and while I was working there, before I joined the organization, they would tell him that they don't sell. The sales was very poor. Not knowing that the staffs would connive and share whatever proceed that was coming, whatever income that was coming from the organization. But when I came, they wanted to do that with me. I declined. I was documenting any income that was coming in.
I'm
In fact,
making
I knew
many.
they were
I'm
at
making
some
many
point they were
enemies. I'm making many enemies by
they
doing
were
by doing the rightful.
Yes, I was making enemies, but they were mocking me that I came to Count Bridge in Lagos. That was what they were using to mock me. Oh, that me I came to Lagos to Count Bridge, blah blah blah. And to be honest, honesty and integrity is what took me or what brought me to where I am today. A lot of people I'm doing businesses with, a lot of people that, that had the opportunity of running their businesses is based on trust, based on honesty, based on my integrity. You understand? People can confidently tell me that, Jane, I can leave my business with you. I remember the owner of Coinfelli Hotel. Before this woman met me, she would never leave her business and travel. But something told her that I can leave it with this girl. She was telling her husband the first day she met me. And this family will travel. They'll leave their hotel under my care. And no single penny will miss. And today we built relationship for many years. And likewise, this organization, the person I'm working, the Great Quest Reach Out Foundation, and a lot of businesses where I had the opportunity of working is truly based on my integrity that I've attained that height.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and thank you for being very honest. But in Lagos, no, 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 no joking, no darling for Lagos. You understand?
I'm
But
telling you.
at the end of the day, your honesty and your integrity shone brightly, and look at where you are today. Someone wouldn't even know where she was going to travel all the way from Kaduna. I would assume you traveled from Abuja, from the north generally to Lagos without even knowing anybody, and a lady for that matter who could be vulnerable as a homeless person. Look at where it's taking you today. That is why it's always very important that if you have a dream, always chase and pursue your dream. Because if you never have a dream, you can never have a dream come true. You have to have the dream first. The people laugh at you and everything. You've got the dream. And once you have the dream, then you start working on making sure the dream comes true. And you can never be wrong. Well done, and a big kudos to you. Yeah, we are really running out of time.
Thank you, sir.
What is the one conception people have about successful and popular women in the entertainment industry? This is a very,
to be honest, people believe that every woman in the entertainment industry is promiscuous, but that's very, very untrue. I've lost a couple of relationships based on that.
Wow.
We have we have female entertainers who are God-fearing, who are highly disciplined, and they would never compromise their values for
I'll break in a
anything.
bit there. A few weeks ago, we had this similar discussion with another Nollywood actress, and she said exactly the same thing. That everybody, well, not everybody, people seem to think that every female actress, or even male actors as well, actors and actresses in the industry are all promiscuous. I cannot see that working. If there's that kind of promiscuous people in the industry would not be where it is today. Conquering Africa, conquering the world, the industry would never move on. Without something without etiquette can never be that successful. Okay. You want to continue, or you want to go to the next question?
Okay, and that's just basically it, because I know that, of course, we have a lot who have compromised. Do you understand? But it's very, very totally wrong to generalize. Like I said, I've lost a couple of relationships based on that. I remember the relationship I was when I wanted to join. The person was like, no, 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 you can't join this, that. You have to join, then you have to end the relationship. And that's how.
How
So,
disrespectful.
but it is what it is.
Show me who the person is. Let me go and beat them up. Look at me, I'm a big man. I don't even know if the person can knock me out with one blow.
But at the end of the day, it wasn't meant to be. That's actually it.
Okay. What's the most emotional thank you message you've ever received through your humanitarian work? This is a very personal question. The most emotional thank you message you received from your humanitarian work?
like I mentioned, the project we did the last in Abuja, that's Obuarimpa. It was quite touching because, like I said, seeing people who were living in bacha houses now living in a block house was quite touching. And then the feedback I was hearing, in fact, even as at January, Christmas, then New Year, these families are still calling me. Even last week, they are still calling and thanking me. you know, so it gives you some sort of joy and fulfillment seeing people who are hopeless and homeless having shelter and their life turning around. Like the other woman was looking skinny, now she's all fleshy. She was like, people didn't even believe she could look this good and all of that, and seeing the children, because I remember there's this community too. We provided shelter for the woman. This woman has like 3 children. She's divorced, and they were also living in that bacha before the place was demolished. And when it was demolished, they were sleeping outside. At some point, they went to uncompleted building. The owner of the place said he was coming to to continue his building and all that, so they had to move. So for me, going to that community, I remember even when I was interviewing that woman, you can imagine you interviewing someone and she was sharing her story and both of you were crying.
Oh, wow.
It was quite touching, yes. It was quite touching. She was sharing all her experiences, what she had gone through over the years. And for many years, this is the first time she's living in a comfortable accommodation.
Fantastic. Which achievement means more
Yeah.
to you? Receiving awards or seeing lives transformed, and why?
Ah, award is actually just a recognition of your good works. So, but the fulfillment comes with touching lives, changing lives, making impact. That's where the fulfillment comes. That you can give someone who cannot eat food should give you some sort of fulfillment. That you should be able to give someone shelter should give you some sort of comfort. So for me, that is it. And let me also mention this. I saw my dad doing this, so it was more of a lifestyle to me. You understand? Because back in the days, my father would bring strangers to my house. We've never lived all by ourselves. We've always had people. My, in my house, you find Yorubas, Igbos living with us in the north. I knew
Unbelievable.
these people as my family. So even when my dad passed on, of course, people didn't get to reciprocate the kind gesture. My mom was bitter at some point because she felt like if my dad had channeled all his resources and energy to his children, they would have been better off and all of that. But I always tell my mom, you don't do good because you are expecting something in return.
Absolutely.
Just, you understand? So that was how. And to be honest, one way or the other, you will still get favors from people too.
Yeah.
It may not be directly people that you've impacted, but one way or the other, it will just
I
come back
agree.
to you.
Yes, I agree with you. Your dad did what God inspired him to do. And when you're right, when you're doing the right thing, you can never be wrong for doing the right thing. So you should be really, really
Yeah.
proud of your late dad. He did the right thing. Okay? So what's the one conversation you've
Yes,
had
sir.
recently that changed the way you think? Is there one conversation you've had recently that changed the way you think? And if so, share it with us.
Okay, so it wasn't really recent, but it was a conversation with my mentor, um, Captain Theodore Enahoro. Captain Theodore would always, whenever he calls and I'm negative about things, he will tell me, I don't know, he'll always say things
Okay, the screen is frozen.
Okay,
Okay.
can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now. The network is back.
Okay, so he'll always say, maybe because me and Paul are members of Christ Embassy. That's why we can't talk like that, because I'm always a pessimistic person. You understand? And he always wants me to be optimistic, even when the country or situations are hard, lives are tough. He expects me to still speak positively. And me, because I'm a blunt person, I always want to say things the way they are. So, and then, over time, one day I just told myself, I said, maybe I should align with this man's faith to understand where or what he's talking about. And to be honest, when I joined Christ Embassy, it changed my mindset entirely. I could go into a place or find myself somewhere, and I'm prophesying the right word, saying the right words, and see things happening, see things coming to pass, you see things working out, because at some point I would always even think that there's something wrong with me, because I hardly get gifts, I hardly get favors. I just felt like, I had this mindset that maybe something is wrong somewhere. You understand? But I just didn't know that it just has to be to do with your thinking, your mindset. You understand?
Absolutely.
And the Bible said there's power in the tongue. Even
Oh,
me referencing coming to Lagos, before now, I always tell my friends that I see myself being in Lagos. I love Lagos, blah, blah, blah. And today, when I look back, I'm like, I'm in Lagos. So I'm like, yes, sometimes just speak those words, profess
Lagos.
it, say it, and you see things happening,
Your your
in line with what
Yoruba
you're
people will
saying.
say Pele o Lagos girl. That's what my people will say. Right, we really need to move forward now, and I want to ask you a very important question. This is a question that I'm sure you will you would really it will really touch your mind. If you had the power to change one thing today about Nigerians or Nigeria, not Nigerians, Nigeria. If you had the power to change one single thing about Nigeria, what would it be and why?
If I have the power to change one thing,
About Nigeria, what would it be and why would that be?
okay, I think for me is the educational system in Nigeria, because even with the insecurity, if you go back to the insecurity, it's still traceable to lack of education. You understand?
Yeah.
And this insecurity is causing a lot of destruction. You understand? Is disrupting even our economy and everything. So some of the projects I'm still working to do is, especially in the north, is to ensure that every single child has the opportunity of going to school. Because with education, you can empower yourself. You don't necessarily have to even seek for employment. Do you understand? With
Yeah.
education, you can get to where you want to be.
Thank you very much. Right, we're going to go to some quick fire
Thank you,
questions
sir.
now as we're rapidly running. These are I'm just going to give you an option of two things and you just pick one. I'm going to make this very, very quickly. So, two things and you pick one that you prefer. Okay? Coffee or tea? Coffee or tea?
Say again.
What do you prefer, coffee or
Ah,
tea?
coffee, coffee, coffee.
Okay. Are you an early bird or a night crawler? Are you an early
Early
bird?
bed, oh.
Early bird. You don't jump in your sleep.
Early bed, oh.
A movie,
Mm-mm.
a movie that you can watch over and over and over again non-stop.
A movie that I can watch. Ah, uh, what's this name of? It's actually a foreign movie, oh. But there's another Nigerian movie, Love. Is it Love in the Air or something? It's
Love
Bam
is in the
Bam,
air.
and I think something Love something, sha, but it's Bam Bam and this Igbo guy. This movie that talks about that that they started calling this guy Odogu.
Okay.
I can't remember the name, but
Don't worry,
that's the movie.
our viewers will have an idea. Our viewers will have an idea.
Yes, they
What
should have
Nigerian
an
actor,
idea.
what Nigerian actor or actress you admire the most?
It's actually Genevieve, Nigerian actress. It's Genevieve. I always saw myself being a
The,
Genevieve.
the
She
Queen, the
inspired
Queen,
me to come joining the Nollywood industry.
Queen Genevieve herself. Yeah, ours is a very, very interesting story. Don't you worry, we're gonna finish in a minute.
Yes.
Ours is a very, very interesting story. One Nigeria actor.
I'm coming.
No worries, yeah. Name one Nigeria actor or actress you admire the most. I think you've just done that. It's Genevieve, isn't it?
Yes, I've mentioned it.
One word that describes Jane Thomas Rogers. One word that describes you.
One word to describe Janet
Jane,
Rogers or Jane Rogers, right?
Jane Thomas Rogers, yes. One word to describe you.
A kind lady,
So the word
a
is
social
kind.
crusader.
Okay, that's two words now. I'll take the kind, which is just one word. We are right.
Okay.
What would you rather be, famous or impactful? Would you rather choose fame or impact?
Impactful, impactful, impactful.
Fantastic. So there you are, our viewers. That's the end of our interview today with our very, very, very special guest, um, Jane Thomas
Thank you.
Rogers. I mean, it's been absolutely inspiring. There's a lot more to our special guest today, and definitely, our story is so interesting that we will be inviting her again in the near future to come and tell us more about
Thank
herself
you.
and her projects. She's involved with so many
Thank
projects.
you.
We can't do it all in one in one take. So it's been really wonderful having you here. Okay, I'll
Thank
just
you so much, sir.
before I sign off, I'm going to quickly mention. I know that sport is a form of entertainment as well, and recently the world lost a very popular footballer in the name of Kevin Keegan. It's a very popular guy. He was one of the first actors, first footballers rather. He was one of the first
Ken,
footballers that
Ken,
went into
right? Uh,
advertisement. He actually
what do you want to
participated
tell
in
me?
adverts. He's also the first. He was also one of the first footballers that cost millions of pounds to transfer from the England to Germany. He was one of the first ones also that sang a song. So he was a complete entertainer, fantastic footballer in sports, in football, and in entertainment. He did a lot of adverts that became very popular, and he also was one of the first footballers to sing, to actually sing and have a video of him. He's a wonderful guy. He passed recently of prostate cancer. So I seize this opportunity to appeal to all our male listeners, please, go online, find out how you can detect prostate cancer early, and go and get yourself checked out. A word is enough for the wise. You can easily go on Google, how can I get myself checked early for prostate cancer? Once you get that, go and follow everything, the advice you've been given. Go and get yourself checked out because prostate cancer is real. It kills a lot of people and a lot of our men. So, with all due respect, having said goodbye to King Kevin, rest in peace, an ardent Liverpool footballer, and me as a Liverpool supporter will say to you, you'll never walk alone. Um, Jane, can you please say goodbye to all our listeners in Hausa language, please? those of us who are Hausas and those of us who understand the language, can you just say a goodbye to them? And then on that note, we will end this interview. So give us a goodbye message. And
Okay,
don't
thank you
forget
so
to
much
big
once
up,
again
don't
for.
forget to pick up, big up Rokstedi TV. Over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Rokstedi TV, for this wonderful opportunity. And my last word is to aspiring actors: don't come to the industry believing that you're just gonna blow overnight. You have to put in the work. So get ready to do the work before you attend stardom, right? So a lot of people are coming into the industry with that mindset, believing that, oh, overnight, once I star in one movie, I don't become famous. It doesn't work that way. So get ready, do your research, prepare your mind before you come in. And of course, by the grace of God, you all be smiling. God bless you.
Give us a thank you and bye bye message in Hausa language.
Okay, in Hausa,
Yes.
nagode. Nagode yan uwana, nagode the opportunity nan da na featuring a wannan interview din. And for mutanen da suke so su join in Nollywood ko kuma entertainment industry, za ka yi hakuri ne, ba wai rana ɗaya ba ne za ka kai inda Allah ya sa ka za ka kai. So dole za ka hakura, ka koya, za ka nace ka koya abin da ya kamata kafin ka kai inda Allah ya ce za ka kai. So nagode yan uwana, Southern Kaduna people, I'm super proud of you guys. Let's keep making our people proud. Thank you so much. Nagode.
Okay, in 5 quick seconds, all your social media handles, please, that people can go and check your work.
Okay, it's just Jane Thomas Rogers, both my Instagram and
On all
Facebook.
platforms.
Yes,
There
Jane
you have
Thomas
it,
Rogers.
Jane Thomas Rogers on all platforms, and you will see the incredible work that this wonderful lady has been doing. We thank you once again for being our special guest. We look forward to seeing you again. We wish you well in everything you do. And on that note, bye for now. God bless you. Bye bye.
All right, thank you so much. Bye bye, sir. It was nice being on the platform.